I could scream for punching Adam right in his motherfucking jaw. Adam charged up, a little bit more bullets and lightning surrounding him. As Ice would grab him with his tail, ripping his head off, crushing his throat, ripping his head off, stabbing his decapitated head with a trident. Izuku would stand there. Shazam. Adam would mumble under his breath, or the start of black light, a blue lightning bolt would strike Adam. For Adam's body would backhand his Ice straight through the wall, straight forward, slamming into a mountain. As he would summon a rock in his hand, flooded on fire for throwing it right at Ice again and again. Then summoning a thunder lightning bolt made out of pure energy, for throwing it like a whip right at Ice, smashing it. Full power? Ice would say, spitting up blood. This isn't my full power. I have learned to recalibrate my powers so I can weaken them, as you can notice by my body structure, not changing by much. But as you saw, I don't have the full suit. All I have is the gauntlet. He'd say, charging straight to his third form. Even the bitches, over! He'd say, pulling back his arm, blasting a green attack at Adam, for Adam would flick it off with his finger, charging at Ice, kicking him in the kneeing him in his jaw. As he would stand there, float there for a couple of seconds before charging. As he would grab Ice by his leg before twisting it, releasing as Ice would spin like a drill before getting kicked in the ball and right between his legs. Adam would say, "What the fuck? He doesn't have a pair of balls. My species don't even have reproductive organs. We can reproduce via ice. AIDS. Makes no fucking sense," he would say. Cumber would sit there chuckling. He should have known that. As outside, the ship itself would actually be shaking. Because even though they're inside a pocket dimension, their immense power could be felt from outside the cube. They're actually saying, "What the hell are they doing in there?" As Ice would use his trident, covering it in an aura of heat. We're going to stab at Adam before Adam could go into a shadow form, a deafening shot through his eye, stopping him as the trident would go through, stabbing his heart, his lungs, both of his lungs, as it would go straight through out of his back of his body, with a chunk of his spine flying out as well. He would sit there, puking up blood. That really hurt! Scream. Before screaming, "Shazam!" as he gets struck by a black thunderbolt. But this time, instead of a weaker, I'd say Adam was only using 10% of his powers. He switched straight to 100 with the black thunder and everything. Before punching Ice straight in the jaw, punching him again, making him cough up blood. Every punch would him to cough blood. Each punch stronger than the last, as his hands glowing with the energy of a sun. He would want to punch him right in the gut, about to pierce his stomach, instead of straight going to his fourth form. He would take the attack head on, still getting set flying, as Adam would turn his hand into lightning, electricity, and before turning his hand into a blaster, blasting nearly 99.9 trillion megawatts of energy. As Isaac goes straight to his final form. Fuck, 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 fuck! He'd scream, and the blast would engulf him. Ad would make a hammer made out of lightning for slamming it down on ice. Wrath of Zeus, of Olympus, for slamming as the hammer would engrave itself into the floor. As a tiny alien/man-shaped hole would be in the ground. Adam would sit there saying, "What the hell? Where'd he go?" You're right here, asshole. Before getting a supernova to the face. We're getting 6 supernovas to the face. But even because they're made out of immense forces of light, his shadows are weak as hell. Because the more light there is, the less of his body can keep for. So he can't stretch his body out as much as he likes, so he's more weaker. As he would absorb all the sun into his body. Because now he can absorb solar energy, which allows him to absorb basically suns. But it's dangerous because if he absorbs too many suns at the same time, he could go supernova. Adam's hand would glow purple. Adam's entire body would start to go purple. He would realize he's starting to go. He would force all that energy into his palm before pulling back and saying, "Nova bitch!" For punching ice straight in his jaw as all of that built up supernova energy would be released. As Ezekiel would say, that could actually kill ice. Yep. As boom, the shockwave would be equivalent of that of when ice would Adam first with supernova. Ice would stand there, coughing blood, like an ocean of blood would rush from his mouth. He would drop to his face, straight down to his base form. Half of his body covered in degree 6 burn, not even degree 13 burns. Basically, this is what it looks like. Half of his entire body is charred. Adam would stand there before saying, "Aw, shit," as he would pass out, dropping to his base form. As that one supernova Nova Fist drained all his energy. Cumber and Deku would stand there before saying, "Oh, fuck," as he would instantly break through the barrier, rushing in, grabbing Ice before he would hit the ground, as Cumber would teleport behind Adam, grabbing him by his collar, his shirt collar. Deku would manage to manipulate the dimension enough to the point where he can get healing chambers in there, as he would throw Ice in, as the chamber would automatically link itself up. Cumber would put restraint lock collars on Cumber's hands. Try to use that technique. This might be a little bit risky. What technique? It's a technique that I've been developing for many years since I saw my master learn manipulating time. It's reversing and fast-forwarding, pausing and destroying time. This is a technique that I would expect someone like my master to do. So I will go big and then I'll go small. I'll go small from then I'll go big. Before a green ring would appear on Izuku's arm, similar to that of Stephen Strange. But his eye instead would morph from a red X to a clock. As he would put his hand out, he would reverse a fully eaten apple back to its full. But he would accidentally fast forward the apple to its rotten stage, as he would burn it to death. Then he would get dust and reverse it somehow, as he was doing at the time, as he would turn it back into rock. Fuck that, I'm skipping big portions. I'm gonna heal Ice's entire body. Yes, Cumber would say, "Don't kill him." I won't. Deku would say angrily. As they would put Ice on the table, Deku would state, "Motherfucking hoe, get your ass is. What? So then, how do we explain all that to Shigaraki?" "Yeah, fuck Shigaraki," Cumber would say. Let the ritual of time begin. Izuku would put out his hand over the charred body of Ice, who was still alive. Yes, but very burnt. He was in a near comatose state. As Deku's hands, a massive clock would appear above all the room, as it would begin to shrink to cover the body of ice. Izuku would begin to rotate both of his arms in counterclockwise position as the clock would begin to turn and spin quicker and quicker counterclockwise, reversing the effects on Ice's body. Back to before he and Adam even fought. He would even do the same to Adam. As both of the two would wake up and shocked, Deku would tell them every little bit. Shigaraki would say, "We've arrived." How the fuck? It's only been like 2 hours. By the way, the time in here is accelerated. It's slowed down by a tremendous amount. So 2 hours out in here is basically a month out there. Alright then, just forcefully land in the planet. This planet is very rich with life, so it will be easy to conquer. As he would slam right into the planet, as beams of light would be shot into the sky. As all four, Cumber, Deku, Ice, Black Adam, all four of them would shoot out. They would slam on the ground, shaking the very planet. Now, let us go, my brothers. We shall conquer this world! He'd scream. On Shigaraki. Yes, Deku. Deku would open a portal before a large injection would come out. A needle. This is the very serum that will enhance your strength, giving you all might level strength. If not, give you the strength of a true high-end Nomu. And they are basically small country busters. With your decay quirk, you're probably a continent buster, if not a world breaker. I would not be surprised if you were. Oh yes, and I also got a very godlike quirk for you, Shigaraki Tomura. New Order. The quirk of one of America's strongest hero. A quirk considered to be stronger than that of All for One and One for All combined. And it's now yours. The genetic code has been installed into the serum, as Deku would shoot Shigaraki in the shoulder. Shigaraki would scream as he would fall to the ground. His body would begin to hassle and shake tremendously before it would come to a halt. Energy would flow throughout Shigaraki's body as a large pillar would blast into the sky. I also gave you the power of energy manipulation, so you can basically do the same things we do, but not as much as a big scale like I can, Cumber. As Shigaraki would stand up, triumph, with his body becoming even muscular. His skin becoming uncrusty as well as musty. And more of a very, very smooth. As he would actually look at 21. Let's start hell, he'd say. No more! He'd scream before opening a portal, and nearly 1,000 true high-ends some high-ends would fly through the portal in armor. Let's take this bitch. I like your style, kid. Hey, Ice, doesn't your whole species have like an empire that you go around destroying, conquering. That didn't your whole species basically rule the universe once upon a time? Mm-hmm. Not really. I'm more of a genetically created Arcrosian. They took a fossilized DNA of an Arcrosian and combined it with other things with another Arcrosian with a dying an Arcrosian that was basically dying, who was very powerful. They combined my DNA with the fossil DNA of the Arcrosian, and then added some miniature figures, like 3% human DNA to give me a humanoid form. I was actually born into my fifth form. Over the years, I went straight onto my base form, the very form you see now. They uploaded all the history of the Arcrosian species to my mind that were built through ancient tablets. Let's see. My species, we're an evil one. We're naturally strong at birth. So we don't. If we train, we can probably become gods if we want. If we train hard. And yeah, we kind of had a whole empire going on and everything. What was it called? Depending on who ruled it, the Force. Then you just input your Arcrosian name. So I guess mine would be called the Ice Force. That sounds bad. Well then, here's your Ice Force, he'd say. All these Nomus are mine. Me and Shigaraki talked it over, and yeah, all these Nomus are yours. That explains why they all look so human, because they are humans. They're humans that I stole and genetically modified with the powers of true high-end and high-end Nomus, but they would keep their human appearances. And of course, all of them were quirkless, because I can't have a person with a quirk around because they'd have to be hideous, ugly Nomus, and not the human ones. So that's why every one of these were quirkless until I used off the one and gifted them quirks and made them 100 stronger. Like, they are probably all small. They are probably moon bugs, every one of them. And the strongest right there, as you can tell, he looks the most human out of all of them. Like, at least all of them have distinct features that would probably make him like alien. But he literally, you can look at him and mistake him for an actual human in their mid-20s to 30s. His name is Capricorn. He is by far the strongest. Now then, Ice Force, go! Conquer this world, she'd say. Sir, yes, sir! All of them blast off into the sky with jets built into their bodies. It's only be a couple of hours. Let's go to the kingdom. As they would pack up the ship before flying off. Shigaraki activating his float quirk. As that was one of the many quirks that he has now, as Deku gifted him the power of float. For jetting off at light. By using his energy manipulation, he would send an energy blast from his feet, propelling him forward to catch up with the new guy. Okay, I see you, Shigaraki, Deku would say. As they would arrive to see a gigantic kingdom covering an entire mountain. This planet is about 3 times the size of that of Earth. So it's basically Jupiter. Jupiter is actually a little bit bigger than this planet is. I'd say this is half the size of Jupiter at best. Who wants to send an attack off first? I believe I will give it a try. Shazam would say, Shazam! He'd scream, going straight to his full Shazam power. I can't get it. Bitch! Summon a thunderbolt for throwing it at the city. Give it a second. A 16 thunderbolts would strike as the fire. Then he would launch a mini sun at the village, at the kingdom, blowing open its gates. That should get done. As nearly 1,000 arrows made out of pure light energy would be shot at them as Adam would stand there as he would make a magic ring protecting all of them, dispersing the shadows. The magic absorbing it into him. This planet is definitely not normal. As nearly 500, as 200 no moves would be there. Ice, what do we do, my Lord Ice? Attack, obviously, as they would charge in formation, blasting at the city. Let's wait. Black Adam, do your little trick again. That trick that I pulled off, where I turned myself into an old groggy man that I tricked Ice when we recruited Ice. I still hate you for that, you know. I know. As a black smoke would cover Adam, turning him into an old man. He would summon a cloak. So then, do y'all? I have a better idea. For Deku would poke at Adam's eye before ripping it out, and then the same orb from his staff, he would summon an orb before slamming it into Adam's eye as it would regenerate. Yeah, what the hell, dude? He'd scream. As his eye would roll from the back of his head, revealing a pupil but a crystal of sorts that emits energy. Now we will be able to see from your eye. The eye, I call it the crystal of calamities. So now we can be inside the dimension and see everything that goes on. I hate all of you. I know. As they would transform into energy, flying into his eye as he would get even stronger. As when they go into that dimension, they can choose to send Adam some energy. Adam would teleport into the city before roaming around in a panic, pretending to be a civilian with his staff. As he would look up, inspecting the city, walking around. That Yo, yo, he'd say, walking around in a panic, observing the world of the town. You know, this world seems to be filled with magic. A blast would be heard. What is this world? I think I'll go meet them. The king is fighting! We must protect it! The king is... One of the men would say. Adam would point up. Okay. What century is this world? It looks to be medieval. Like the early start of the magic medieval period of life. One of the guys would look at him saying, he looks suspicious. Why is he going towards the destruction? You! Stand still! One of the knights would shout at the stone wall. Point at him. This kind of old man was in. Oh! Sorry, sir. I have... old timers. I forgot that I was going this way. Sorry. The man would look down at him. Sure. You have an awfully suspicious aura around your body. Oh, sorry, sir. Adam would secretly say. Say, hold. No! Sorry, sir, but could you give me a second? Shazam! He would scream as a thunderbolt would come striking him down, as a black mist would surround him, as a hail would come and smack the knight across the entire kingdom as he would slam into a building, his blood splattering everywhere against the wall. God damn, this series has by far been one of my brutalist, if not the brutalist. Shawty got the apple bottom. Shawty got the apple bottom. 10 rings of the black with the white. Nigga don't fight with a knick-knack sky. And a dragon would form from the 10 rings as it would blast the kingdom, killing nearly 1,000. Adam would be standing on a pile of dead bodies as hundreds of knights would arrive. But not any ordinary knights. Knight captains. This world's awfully familiar. Complete statement. I should say, I know. A medieval world with magic of sorts. Magic knight captain, clap their cheeks! One of them would say as all the captains would rush. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of crossovers. As Adam, with his cloak still on, would grab one of the captain's fists, breaking it, before slamming him into another one. As one of the captains would shoot a slash made out of darkness right at him, as he would get cut by it, but it wouldn't damage him. In fact, he would absorb it, as he would send it right back at the captain with 9 times the force. He would slam into the captain, making a deep wound. As ice would freeze him in his place, a thunderbolt would come striking him down. As he would throw his cloak to stop an incoming fireball from one of the captains. Honestly, it's kind of sad. Another 30 minutes and we'll be at an hour. 5 minutes, actually. Will be longer than an hour. Let's go ahead, shall we? Adam would say, summoning a lightning bolt. Lightning magic, it looks. There's 12 captains. I can handle them, Adam would say. No, you cannot. I will send Ice there as backup. Fine, he'd snicker. As a dark, cloudy figure would come out of his eyes, similar to how Dr. What's-His-Face worked in the comic, in the movie, where all the 7 sins would come out of his eye. Ice would, as a light would appear in the sky, exploding, revealing Ice Stamp floating there, trying to... Now then, mortals, fear the wrath of Lord Ice! Or he would bombard them with a deathly barrage. As a shield of diamond would cover them, as a giant diamond golem would slam itself onto Ice, and Ice would hold it up with one finger. Pathetic, he'd say before blasting it away. So what are we gonna do? Ice. He, the master, said, do not kill them. We can only put them in comatose. Fine, he'd say, his eyes glowing as lightning and energy would shoot out of them. As one of the captains would dodge, a building behind them would burst in flames, then melting into ash. As a diamond-clad captain would fly at him, punching him in the jaw, as an arm would sprout off of his body in a shadow, ethereal form, grabbing the punch. You hit like a grandmother, he'd say, for not socking the diamond-clad captain in the face, shattering his armor with one punch. Impossible. That diamond is one of the hardest materials on the planet. Well, I guess you're wrong, Adam would state. So, Ice, what are you planning to step in? I'm trying to pick out who I'm gonna fight, he'd state. I will fight him, pointing to a captain clad in with a phoenix on his arm, on his cloak, magic cloak, wielding a katana, with a book floating next to him, with a phoenix engraved on it, but a black. I will face him. He seems to be the strongest. Whoa, you're weaker than me. I'm not. I'm in fact strong. I'll take everyone. Ice would stand looking at the strongest captain. What is your name, mortal? My name is none of your damn business. As a laser beam would pass by his face, cutting his cheek. I'll warn you again, I will not miss next time. Yeah, you will, he'd state. As Ice would shoot 3 death beams, 1 for his eyes. Well, 2 for his eyes and 1 for his head. As his arm would budge, covering itself in black flames before it would slash away at the sword. His arm morphing into a wing as he jumped the figure, slashing him with his flaming wing. Phoenix cut! He'd scream. As his arm would be grabbed by Ice with little effort. Stop, Ice would say, for breaking his arm. Literally bending it so far that it would touch his elbow. As he would punch the captain in the face, launching him down to the ground, breaking his jaw, as as a stone would impale him through the chest. A couple seconds would pass as one of the captains would say, "Now you've done it, intruder." Ice would stand there raising an eye. Raising an eyebrow, sure, even though he ain't even got none. He'd scream. Does his tail get longer? Yeah, I think it does. As the figure would burst in flames, as a flame light would shoot into the sky, splitting the clouds, and a gigantic black phoenix would appear in the sky, covering the entire kingdom. As it would fly straight towards Ice, slamming into him, knocking him into the back of Adam, as it would be sent flying. As a man would be standing there hovering. "My phoenix mode," he'd state with his wings flying in flames. "Now, perish!" As he would point his sword right at Ice, blasting him, but Adam would fly in front of it, smacking it away with speed, before throwing a thunderbolt at blasting one of his wings off. "What is your name?" he asked. "Don't defy him. He's very bad when it comes to his temper." "My name is Tori." "Your name is Phoenix. Tori Hoshigakure." Tori Hoshigakure. Are you kidding me, my dude? Okay, Tori. It's all yours. As a fifth form, Ice would be. Hold on, let me count this. First form, second form, third form, fourth form. As a fifth form, Ice would be standing there, pissed off. Finally, he took my damn advice. Ice would say, pissed. Still very pissed. For charging in front of Tori, grabbing his hair and slamming his head into his spiked elbow, piercing his skull. As he would pull his head off, he would slam the horn into his chest, before stabbing him through the head with his tail, throwing him to the ground before blasting his head off. That ought to do it. He said not to kill him! "I will take care of the deal with the cop." As he was cut off mid-sentence by a blade getting sent flying at him. Jesse would dodge out of it in time. As the man's skull would begin to regenerate, slowly but regeneration. "You can regenerate," he'd say. "It's part of having Phoenix powers." As he would close his eyes, an aura would surround his body. "Try and hit me now," he'd say. Fine, then as a death beam would get shot right by him. "Huh?" As he would dodge out of the way, but one of his wings would get chopped off. "You actually hit me, bro. Your wings are 13 feet tall, dude. 13 feet wide." "You fucking," as he would regenerate, his wings flying at Ice, slamming into him, throwing him straight into atmosphere, as he would think he finished him off, but he was dead wrong. As he would rocket back towards slamming into him, going straight through his chest in an Omni-Man fashion. Did Not a panic, probably color his whole body black. supernova, I fuck it, he said. Fuck it, I'm done. I'm done fighting, he said. This whole fucking planet's about to go boom. Adam would look at him, holding his hands as all the captains' bodies would lie there, knocked out. Honestly, all these captains were pathetic. Kind of mad I stole that path. As he would look up, realizing what Ice was about to do. Ice, don't do it! He'd scream. The master is watching! Ice would hesitate. He learned not to piss off Izuku from everyone in that council. That pissing off Izuku equals a death wish. Even somebody as powerful as Humber would admit that Izuku is terrifying when he's mad. So Frost Ice knew not to defy him. He would drop down to his base form before saying, "Who's coming out to fight now? He is coming." Item would say, "Just sending out the big guns, eh?" Yep. As a mini sun would appear in front of him, he would blast it at the ground, making a crater. As a dark purplish blue light would blast out of Adam's eyes, he'd say, "Oh fuck!" As he would shoot into the sky before slamming down to the crater. A Super Saiyan blue evolved Cumber, as he would say in his mind, "Isn't that a bit suicide?" He'd say, "No, it's not. I am Cumber of the Calamity Corps of the Calamities. Face and bow! Face me or be destroyed!" He would say. "You must be their leader," Tori would say. I am not the leader. Our leader is simply sitting back and watching. Seems that eye of yours would be the way they keep where they're coming from. I'll keep it in mind to destroy it," Tori would say. Ice would look at Converse while being next shoulder to shoulder with him alongside Adam. "So, do you want us to get involved or sit back and watch? Go and help take over the rest of the other side of the planet." "Okay, boss. Try not to kill him. Remember what he said. He doesn't want them dead. He wants them in the locker. He doesn't want any of his pets dying." Ice would say, "Who is strong enough to have you guys on edge?" Tori would say, "Someone who could probably destroy this entire solar system. Who could probably destroy this entire planet in seconds if he wanted to. But he needs y'all's lives, since we are going to take over your planet after all." I would say, for shedding off. Arriving at a small village, bombarding it with attacks before supernovaing it, killing every child and orphan in the village. before Adam would turn into a black electric horn for jetting off, going to the top of the planet for blasting them with lightning, summoning hurricane upon hurricane across the planet. Super Saiyan Blue evolved Kyle 10 times 30. Cumber would stand there before saying, "Now then, Mr. Tori, let's see what you're capable of." Cumber would state, "Oh my God, that's right. Right there. Dope. Oh, sorry, don't fall." My hand looks like. By the way, if we can get my channel to 100 subscribers by the time 2022 comes, I'll do a face reveal. I ain't joking. I'll do a face reveal, bro. Oh, so tell your aunts, your family, your sisters, your cousins, your brothers to subscribe to Supreme Motherfucking Reaper. Oh shit. Are you ruled by a king? Cumber would say. Yes. Is he cruel? No. Is he nice? Yes. Is he pessimistic? He's a semi-pacifist, which means he will get involved with the past. Is he the strongest person on your planet? Very much, yes. My lord would love to face him. Well, too bad. He won't live long enough. Cumber would state. Tori would say, "Well, then I'll end you quicker than expected." As Tori would go to slash at Cumber with his blade. Just for coming to Cumber would teleport out of the way. Or say, "You can physically not touch me. You're nothing but a mere ant compared to what I am capable of." I am now. Yes. Am I? Well, you can never kill me. You can be killed. Even immortals can be killed if you do it right. How? Example, being erased from existence entirely. You can't regenerate from that. You can't even go. You don't even die. You just disappear. You don't go to heaven. You don't go to hell. You just poof out of existence. Your soul doesn't go anywhere. It's black. It's all just black, and then nothing. And then you're gone. Your mind, everything you see is dead. You physically can't regenerate from that. You have no cells. You have nothing to regenerate from. Good luck, pal. As no, I can't murder you, even though I could easily do it. As a giant gaping hole would appear in his chest, as he would realize Cumber punched him when he wasn't real. The fuck? He didn't even know. His arm didn't even move though when he was still talking. He still got punched. That just shows how fast he is. Your friends over there getting me a tussle for my money. Let's see how well you do before he can even finish. An after image of a fist would be in his face, punching him, spinning his head all the way around in a full 360 direction. Ow, he'd say before spinning it all the way back. But before he could even turn it full 360s again, he would get punched in the in the elbow, in the back. Cumber would still be standing there laughing before he would get bombarded with punch. Every punch would leave an imprint on his body for nothing but a public beating. And Tori would sit there. This week, I wonder how weak your leader is. That's for Izuka to tell me. I'm not really allowed to touch him. Oof. Time to check in with Ice in the others. Ice, Adam, reports. How is it going? It is going magnificent. So far, I've wiped out nearly 6 countries. I've wiped out an entire continent, Adam would say. Half a continent, actually. I saw the explosion. I could tell it was only half a continent from here. Fuck, how the hell do you... Just fell off my damn bed. Like, I didn't even fall, I just slid. I'm back. Nearly 6 feet tall, bro. I can nearly touch the damn ceiling. Oof. Back. Tori would be sitting there panting as he would regenerate before getting blasted in the face as Cumbers would slam his hand down his throat as he would try to bite down on Cumbers' arm to bite it off. But he literally would just be chipping his teeth as Cumbers' arm would nearly blow his... As Cumber put his head up straight, opened his jaw, and just slammed his hand down. So his fist is basically inside the nigga's stomach. Let's see how you regenerate from this. Before sending a mini Omega Blast in his stomach for pulling out as he would explode. His entire upper body gone. With only his feet remaining. As he would regenerate from that. Screaming. Ow! He screamed. That actually hurts! I know. End of the fight's quick, Deku would say in his mind. In Cumber's mind. How the hell are you speaking to me? I can hack, exist the code of reality, remember? She's definitely a month older than me, but I was born in I'm older than Morgan, I'm older than Bella, I'm older than all them niggas. Pretty sure I'm the second oldest kid at the school, the third, fourth oldest. Before I was one of the youngest kids in my class. I'm pretty sure I was the youngest. So a lot of kids in the class were 12. Well, I was 11. Most kids, they were only 6 or 4 12-year-olds. I'm the tallest and probably one of the oldest, if not the second oldest kid at the school. And I'm the fucking best. I'll end this quick, before Cumber's boot would be on his back and ripping his wings off. I'll just regenerate before Cumber would stomp through his chest, crushing all the odds. As Tori would finally cough up blood, as he would fall to the ground, regenerating, but as he did that, as he would finally thud on top of the mountain of Captain bodies, which weren't dead, they were just knocked the fuck out. Cumber would go straight down to his base form. Now then, Lord Izuka, you may face the master Where the fuck is Shigaraki? I'm currently decaying a continent. Why? You're on the same continent that Adam blew up? Yeah, I saw the other explosion. I was at the border of the continent when it exploded. I had to dig underground to protect myself. Nice. That is not nice, you'd say. You got fucking blown the fuck up, nigga. Really, 8:55. That's AM, right? I was at fucking AM, right? Currently 8:40 PM, so. As they would all meet up in a circle, as as a red light would blast into the sky. From red, it would turn black. As the whole planet would become engulfed in its black, demonic energy. As everybody would be crushed under the pure pressure. Only those who are the members of the council and the king would be able to stand. The powerful one, the king would say, I wonder if I'll survive. As Izuku would emerge, wearing his clothes. I don't know what's going on Earth, but I hope to get back soon. Why? What's going on? I don't know. I'm feeling homesick, you'd say. I want to see how Hiroshima news have developed. You know you basically own Earth, right? Because it's you killed a fucking god of destruction. You killed Zithulu. Cumber would say in a very faint whisper so nobody could hear, so Deku could reveal his flex later. Like you practically own the universe, he'd say. You own our stinking whole solar system, bro. I know. It's under our and my jurisdiction alone. And eventually I would expand that to the multiverse if I had to. I don't know fighting anymore, so let's make this quick. Is it what say? Now then, to the kingeth we go. Before they would blast off or arriving at the castle. Will you do the honors? Ice, Adam, and Copper, as all three of them will put their arms out, sending 3 blasts at the corresponding tower before blowing them up, killing everybody inside. As a blast of light will be shot past Izuku, taking a chunk of his face off. After we regenerate, would say, that was kind of surprising. Izuku would put on his mask. My lord, his comfort would bow to him. Make me look more respectful. God. Hi. They would all bow to Izuku. As Izuku would stand there on a platform made out of pure hacker and calamity power. As a figure made of light would appear with 4 wings before the wings would disappear. Are you an archangel? Deku would say. How did you guess that was my magic? Literally only archangels have 4 wings. Conrad would stay whispering in his mind. Actually, sir, some angels can have 4 wings and they aren't even archangels. Then you need to see heaven. You've been to heaven, sir? Yeah, I went there first. after a month training with Master, I've seen archangels and angels. My eyes were burning out so many times until I could finally see what they really looked like. Damn, that's bad bitches up there. I'll take you one at a time. I don't think I want to die, but okay. You don't have to die. I was able to I had to rip the that was my fourth task, and I had to get my hack powers. Hacking down to the code of existence and ripping a hole powerful enough for it to be able for me to walk right into heaven. I killed so many angels that day, and it felt so fucking amazing. And dude, you're fucked up. I know. The world turned and made me some sense. Really should have thought about that. Yes, but Kratos and Johnny are still on Earth, so if things get out of line there, they could easily step in. They don't even know what's happening. One of them is literally in hell training with the devil. And one of them is God knows where. This was Johnny told me where he was going, but Kratos just said he was going off the train for a long ass time. I know. Izuku, how old are you, Cumberwood? I'm 21. I am so many years older than you are. How old are you, Cumber? I'm like in my 50s, dude. How old are you specifically? I'm like 59. How do you look? You look like you're still in your 20s, Cumber. I know. It's amazing. My race allows us to stay very young for hundreds of years. We can still look young. So, yeah, we always are in our prime to fight. So over the years, our bodies have developed a gene that allows us to stay young in our prime. There was a Saiyan who lived until 139 and still looked like they were like 40 or in their early 30s. Bloody hell, you'd say. I'm so you age like 29 years something slower. You still age at the same rate as the Saiyan, because you still have some Saiyan genetics in you. Wrong what if, but okay. Excuse me, he'd say nothing. Yeah, by the way, since Deku's a reality hacker, he can read the script to the stories. Damn right I can, Izuku would say. Hey, you're not supposed to be talking to me, bro. I know. That's why I'm doing it. To get on your nerves, Izuku would say. Don't fucking try anything, dude. Because I can delete you any minute. Sure you can, noob. Bitch, you just call your creator a noob. I could easily boot you out of existence. I could probably make sure Rocket, the main character, give him all your little powers. You know where that would get you, right? He'd probably try decaying existence just to get to you. Yeah, and I'd probably just step on the ant with a stick. Sure, and stop saying Deku would say, he would say, nigga, yo, you can't say that. You're not black. You're black, so I'm black, Deku would say. Right, audience? And comment down below. Bro, where's my ship at? You said I was supposed to be shipped with Momo, nigga. You haven't done the ship at least once. Like, at all. There hasn't been any signs of the shipping between the both of us. Comment down below. Hashtag ship Izuku with Momo. Now. Comment it down below, guys. And don't sub to him. Sub to Calamity Izuku. This side channel don't even exist unless I say it does. Yeah, whatever. Get back to the damn what if. That's what I say. See, you're doing it again! Chill, bro. Damn. I have feelings. No, the hell you don't. Back to my story. Fine. What's your name? Look, My name is Lick. Lick my balls! That could scream. Got him. Now these are servants. I'm guessing they're the leader. Bring me them, Deku would say to Adam, as a portal would open with the bodies of the captains dropping, each one in a different tube locked up and contained held in space and time. Well, I'm taking over this planet. And FYI, I'm a good ruler. Just don't get on my bad side. I won't enslave you or anything. I just want to rule. Right. Lick would say for blasting a blast made out of energy at Deku. As Deku would stand there, he would sneeze as the blast would get dissipated. You call that an attack? Deku would laugh. That's not an attack. If anything, that's just a sneeze. You just sneezed, my dude. That is where I'm going to be leaving off. What if Deku was a calamity, a reality hacker? Part 14. Dear God, I have like 100,000 parts.